I'm dying inside. This is fulfilling my color obsession. About Face sent me this wonderful packaging with all of their eye fluids, some of their lip pencils, their lipsticks, primer, and I'm so excited because this brand looks so beautiful, so colorful, so intense, and it's the first time I am going to be trying this brand out. I know nothing of this brand, so we're going to discover this brand together. I'm going to sum up everything that's in this packaging and everything that I'm going to be trying. So we have the new Shadow Fix eyeshadow primer, and this is a long wearing lightweight primer for making eyeshadow long wear and stay more vibrant. We also have the matte fluid eye paints, which are very colorful, very intense liquid eyeshadows. So these are supposed to be smooth, they're supposed to not smudge, not budge, and be very long lasting on the eyes. And what's really nice with these is that you can mix them to create custom shades. So I feel like I'm going to have a lot of usage out of these products. I really hope I like them. And then we also have the lip pencils. So these are supposed to be a matte liner to define the lips. They're supposed to be very buildable, very bold, and they're supposed to last for 7 hours, and there's 6 shades. We also have the Painted Matte Lip colors, which are supposed to be very long lasting and very pigmented, and there's 11 shades of these lipsticks. So yes, very excited to be trying these products out. So of course I'm going to be starting by priming my lids. So I'm going to be using their new Shadow Fix, and when I opened this for the first time I was really shocked because it's a doe foot applicator. I did not expect a doe foot applicator from a squeezy tube but I do really appreciate doe foot applicators. So I'm just going to apply some of that on my lid. So first impressions, this really reminds me of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It has that really like soft silicone-y texture, but this one is very lightweight, and like the Urban Decay Primer Potion, it does not have any coverage, so it's just a transparent eyeshadow primer. And it also feels, it's really weird because the more it's staying on my lids, the more it feels tacky. I think I like it. I think that eyeshadow will stick really nicely on top. Alright, and I do have a really specific eyeshadow look in mind. First, I'm going to be taking the eyeshadow fix in the shade Capulet, which is a really nice brown cool tone shade. And I think I'm first going to place some of that on the back of my hand. Ooh, that looks very pigmented. I never really worked with cream eyeshadows before, so I'm kind of a little bit stressed and scared, but I'm taking that on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to pick up some of that product on my fluffy lavish brush, and I'm going to go directly on my lids with that shade. And with that brown shade, I'm going to mainly place that in my crease. Actually, because I want to be more precise with this brown shade, I'm going to pick it up with my JH42 brush, which is a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to place that in my crease. I want to do a very elongated halo eye, so I'm just packing this shade on my outer corner, and I'm going to start and take this in to my crease, and I'm also going to apply some of that in my inner corners right here, just to create that halo eye, but I'm leaving the center of my lid empty. Okay, so these do dry really quickly, so you kind of have to work quickly with them, because if you talk while doing your makeup, you might lose some blending time. And so far for a liquid eyeshadow, this is really easy to work with. I'm quite impressed so far. And also these don't feel like heavy. I remember using the Huda Beauty liquid eyeshadow, and I did not like that one because it was way too like thick and heavy. So when I applied it on my lids look so wrinkly and so dry. I did not like that. But like so far, this one, it's applying really nicely. So because I didn't really want to put that shadow in my outer corners right here, I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some micellar water, and I'm just going to clean my outer corner up just a little bit. And I'm just going to reapply some of that primer where I removed the eyeshadow. And with the brush, I'm not sure if the product dried already on the brush, but I'm going to try and use what's left on the brush and just smoke out that line a little bit. I don't want it to be too harsh. I feel like I need to do more. This product blended so beautifully. It took barely any effort, and I'm kind of like, I need to do more. Like, I feel like this was too easy. The only thing I would say, I'm not a really huge fan of clear eyeshadow primers because I have very veiny lids and I usually like to cover my veins up. But this primer, I feel like it's also quite nice. It is like grabbing onto the eyeshadow. Next, I don't know why, but I was sure there was a bright pink shade in these eye fluids. So I made my face chart with like a bright yellow and a bright pink, but I'm just realizing that there's no bright pink in this collection. So I think instead I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I want to do the blue and yellow or the orange and blue, but I'm kind of leaning towards the blue and yellow. Yeah, let's do that. So my first recommendation with these is don't apply too much at once. Do a very light layer and then go back in with a second layer, because if you apply too much, it's just going to start chunking up. I haven't really had a lot of luck using these as eyeliner. I was swiping it on and then I looked at the instructions and it was saying that I needed to tap the eyeliner on and not swipe. So I'm going to try that, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to give up for tonight because I'm very tired. But yeah, so let me try that really quickly. Alright, so definitely tapping is the way to go here, because when you swipe, you just end up removing anything that's underneath. I'm going to try and add the yellow underneath. Technically, I wanted the yellow to go on top, but I'm just too tired right now. Alright, so this is the next day. Yesterday I was feeling a little bit frustrated because I couldn't get the eyeliner to look right. I feel like the shape was just off, and because I had to start over because I did not use the product in the right way, my eye was just getting very irritated. So I just wanted to stop filming, clear my head. So we're just going to start over. So let's start working on this new makeup look. And I also decided to create another makeup look because I was not feeling the one I was trying to do yesterday. So I'm going to start by priming my lid, and I'm also going to take some of that on my lower lash line. And I think today I'm going to use the little spatula they gifted me, because yesterday my hand was filled with color and it's really hard to remove. Like when these eyeshadow dry, they do not budge. I'm going to start right away with the eyeliner so that if I need to clean it up, I can clean it up and I won't have to start the eyeshadow part again. So I'm going to take the green shade from About Face, and using the same Morphe detailed brush, I'm going to pick that color up, and I'm going to be doing a very intense inner corner wing and a very intense outer corner wing. But the inner corner wing is not going to come from my inner corners, but a little bit closer to the center of my lower lash line. And today I'm going to be doing patting motions, so I'm not going to swipe too much. So here we have it. This eyeliner process was so much easier than yesterday. It's very unnatural to do eyeliner in a tapping motions because I'm really used to flicking the eyeliner out. So it's really weird, but it definitely works a whole lot better. Next, I'm going to do the eyeshadow part. So I'm going to be taking the shade called Capulet, and I'm going to be taking that with my JH42 brush, which is a very small packing brush. And I'm going to apply this very heavily in my crease from my inner corner to my outer corner, but it's not going to touch the eyeliner. It's always going to be on top, and it's going to go all the way into my inner corners. And I'm also going to extend that shade in my inner corners, creating a little point. I'm going to remove the excess on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use what's left on the brush to blend that shade upwards, doing very small tapping motions. And I'm not really worrying about my mobile lid at the moment because we are going to clean that up after. And I'm also going to apply some of that underneath the green, and I'm going to blend that downwards. Alright, so now with my Q-tip and some micellar water, I'm just going to clean my mobile lid and make a cut crease. And I think with the concealer, I'm just going to clean my mobile lid even more. So I'm going to take some of my Boiing Benefit Concealer on the back of my hand. This is in the shade Carry On. So next, I think I want to use some eyeshadow just to give more dimension to this makeup look, because there's not a lot of brown shades with the shadow fix, and I do want to deepen the brown up a little bit more. So I'm going to take the Smoky Nostalgia palette from Kaleidos, and I'm using the brown palette, and I'll be just taking this shade right here with a angled brush, and I'm going to apply that at the very base of that cream shadow, just to deepen it and make it more intense. And I'm also going to intensify that shape in my inner corner, that V shape. I think I like the fact that they're not connecting. Like there's the line in my crease and the line going from my inner corners, but they're not connecting. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm also going to intensify that underneath the green eyeliner here. And I think I'm going to go in the deeper brown shade from the Kaleidos palette with the same angled brush. And I'm just going to intensify certain areas. So for example, right here on the very outer corner, and also in the very inner corner of my cut crease, and underneath the very point of my inner corner liner. This brown shade from the Kaleidos palette is beautiful. It's the first time I'm trying it and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave it like that for the time being. I'm going to apply some mascara. So I'm going to take my Milk Rise mascara. Alright, so now I'm going to start working on my complexion. I'm not going to spend too much time on my complexion just because I really want to focus about the About Face products. So for my foundation, I'm going to be using this baby right here. So my sister bought this for me for my birthday and I've been using it like crazy. This product is absolutely gorgeous, very expensive for what it is, but super gorgeous. It gives such a nice dewy and healthy look to the skin. It also has SPF, which is going to protect the skin from the sun, and the coverage is so beautiful. It's like a really lightweight coverage. So this is the Sunshine Skin Tint from Milk Makeup, and I have the shade Fair. I'm just going to take a good amount of that and apply that all over my face. And usually I do apply this with my fingers because it's kind of a tinted moisturizer type of thing. But I want to try it with my Rare Beauty foundation brush. Alright, so with the foundation brush, it does look really nice, but I feel like it's a little bit too heavy. So I would probably recommend you to use this foundation with your fingers or with a beauty blender just to absorb excess product. And I feel like with the warmth of the fingers and the humidity of the beauty sponge, this foundation would blend much better. I feel like it's probably going to compete with my Rare Beauty foundation, and that's a lot. For my concealer, I'm just going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and this is in the shade Swan. And I'm just going to use that a little bit on my under eyes and where I do have a little bit of redness, but I don't want to apply too much. And I'm going to blend it in with the same Rare Beauty foundation brush. For my bronzer, just because we have a very dewy foundation right now, I feel like the Rare Beauty bronzer stick would be perfect. So this is in the shade Power Boost. And I'm actually going to take that with a big fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up some of the product directly on the brush. I'm going to do some testing on the back of my hand. And you know, I'm just going to bronze my skin up. So I'm going to tap this on the perimeter of my face, into the hollows of the cheeks, on my nose, and also on my double chin. For my blush, I really feel like this makeup look calls for this one. So this is the liquid blush from Rare Beauty in the shade Joy, which is their really pretty coral orange shade. So like usual, I'm just going to apply some of that on the back of my hand. I'm going to pick some of that with my duo fiber brush. I'm going to do some testing on the back of my hand, just so that I don't apply too much. And I'm just going to dab that on the high points of my cheeks. And if you feel like you went a little bit overboard with the blush, you can always go back in with your foundation brush and just dab on top just to tone it down a little bit. So now for my highlight, this looks really nasty first of all, but this, I don't know why I ever stopped using this. This product is absolutely gorgeous. I've been using it on a regular basis. I used to use this every single day and I don't know why I stopped. This is the Hourglass Vanish stick in the shade Gold Flash. I don't need to explain this, I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to pick some of that up with a brush. And I'm just going to very lightly dab this on the very high points of my cheeks. This gives the most beautiful shine from within type of glow. It doesn't have any glitters, it's just pure shine. It looks like a strobe type of product. It looks really glossy, but it's not tacky. It's such a nice lightweight texture. All right, I'm just going to fill in my brows really quickly. So like usual, I'm going to be taking my Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade number 3, and I'm going to set my brows in place using the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. For my lips, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to start and use these products right here, which are really orange. Actually, I think I'm going to go for a nude lip, just because I really want the main focus of this makeup look to be the green eyeliner. And I feel like if I were to use a orange lip shade, it would be too much. So I'm going to line my lips using the Fix Lip Pencil in the shade Happy Endings. Okay. And then I'm going to top it off using the liquid lipstick in the shade Sad Song. So sad. I feel like this shade might be a little bit too nude, so I'm going to go on top using the shade Momentary Bliss. And I just want to say, these dry so quickly and they do not budge. Like, when they dry, they stay there. This lip shade, I feel like is definitely not for me. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this one on top. This is the shade Baby's Arm. I really like this lip shade. Both these shades together, they make a really nice peachy nude shade. I really like it. I don't really like liquid lipsticks that much because I have very dry and like small lips-ish. And I feel like mattifying lipsticks, they just make my lips look even more dry and even more sad and not plump. So I'm going to let that dry for a couple of seconds just to see if it is really budge proof. But like so far, I feel like this will not move if I drink, for example. And I'm actually really surprised because it feels really lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel heavy on my lips, and I did apply a lot of it. So I applied 2 colors of lip liners and 2 colors of the liquid lipsticks, and it feels really, really lightweight on my lips. It has a little bit of transfer, but nothing crazy. For my gloss, I'm going to be trying the Lucid Lip from Kaleidos in the shade Dramatize, which is a really nice warm shade, and I feel like with this lip it might look nice. I feel like the brown on my lower lash line is not as blown out as I want it to be. So I'm just going to take my JH40 brush, which is a small tapered blender brush, and I'm going to go back in with the medium brown shade from the Kaleidos palette. And I'm just going to smoke that on my lower lash line because I feel like I lost some of that intensity when I applied the concealer. Alright, so here we have it. This is the finished look, and let me say, I'm loving it. First of all, these eyeshadows, I did the mistake to apply them with a swiping motion, and it's definitely not what you should do. I had a lot of trouble yesterday trying to get pigmentation and get a smooth application out of them, but today my eyeliner looks absolutely gorgeous because I did do tapping motions, because if you swipe these, they dry really quickly. So if you apply a little bit swiping and then you go back on top doing a second layer, swiping the product on, it's just going to remove the first layer that is now dry. If you want to use them as eyeshadow and do a smoky look, you can swipe. They're really easy to swipe and blend out. I did have a lot of trouble yesterday, but I feel like this makeup look made it worth it. So now I know how to use them, and I think I'm going to be reaching for them very often. The lip pencils, when I swatched them, they dried so quickly on my arm and they stained my arm, and it's really difficult to remove. So these are budge proof. They're very pigmented and they're very creamy when you apply them. So overall, I'm very impressed with these lip pencils. And overall, I'm also very impressed with the liquid lipsticks because they feel so lightweight and the pigmentation is amazing. So pigmented, they have a lot of coverage. So yeah, overall, I'm very impressed with these products. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for today's video. So I really hope you enjoyed. Oh my god, these past videos, I always forget the secret emoji. So for today's secret emoji, let's do the green heart, just because we have some green on the lid, so why not? So put the green heart in the comment section down below. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos every single Mondays, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of the Makeup Mondays. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.